Well, it's December 8th, Monday. Freaking 18 degrees outside. It's freaking cold. This is the back room. Yeah, I can't read it. Oh. Is that light on? No. Or 50 degrees. Furnace is constantly burning. Constantly on. Constantly on. Furnace is constantly running. It don't get no warmer in here than 50 degrees. Thing runs like it'll shut off for 15 minutes and run for 15 minutes. Shut off for 15 minutes, run for 15 minutes. But don't get no warmer out here. I got the door, that's the door, it's all covered. Keep this shut off, but put a filter over that so I keep the pipes clean, and then I cut that one off so they ain't sucking in so much cold air. That's a furnace filter over that. So anyways, you walk inside here in the kitchen, you walk over here. Well, I have my gun out. I'm not going to pull it back out. But it's 45 degrees right here next to the window. That's why I had to put this next to it. So right here, it's like 40 degrees. It's 40 degrees. And these are supposedly new windows. They're all locked. But there's just a breeze coming right in through this whole base. Over here, you can feel the cold air. You just pull that back, and you got cold air just all through that. So you got the regular curtains. Then I put another little blanket over it, and then that blanket. So that whole wall right there, you walk next to it, you can just feel nothing but cold. Nothing but cold coming. It's what, 15 out with the wind chill. It's like down to 8, and it's supposed to get colder. Tomorrow's supposed to warm up a little bit, but then it's going to get colder again. And now they're saying, around Christmas it's supposed to drop down to, yeah, I don't know if you know what they're talking about, but around 3-eye Atlas and all that crap, but we're supposed to get like a super Arctic plunge, which is going to be, I ought to go get some kerosene for my old kerosene heater. I got an old kerosene heater out there. I know I got a new wick for it, but I'm going to have to take it apart and put it together. Hopefully it still works, but pick up some kerosene just in case power does go out. I got some kind of heat in here, but anyhow, it's cold as fuck in here. It's you walk in here, and I got the thermostat set at 62, and it's just constantly running. She's just constantly running. And I got it set at 62, and it's just constantly running at 62. It can't even. It can't even. 62 will run for 15 minutes. Shut off. You gotta turn it up to 70 or 68 or 67, 68, and it's running constantly. I'm like, geez, this is gonna like a lot of fucking gas. So I got this thing on in the bedroom. And these are the best. These put out a lot of heat, and they don't take a lot of electricity because it kind of like it's radiant heat. It's not blowing, and it's sucking power. But if I put in one of those electrical space heaters, that thing just throws the freaking electric bill out of whack. I mean, it's like. But this is one of those old-fashioned, and I've had this for almost 20 years, and it still works. But I just keep it on low and below, just keep it on the low setting and a little bit below. And she stays nice and warm. I can touch it with my hand, but it's nice and warm. Just radiant heat coming off it. And these are one of the best heaters. Mom had another one. I think she gave it to Chris. Oh, but these are the best. Those other ones, show you what I'm talking about. These motherfuckers here, I can't see it. Yeah, that thing's got 3 heating tubes in it. It's a nice little heater, You know, it's got the big thick cord on it and everything. But man, that just sucks and drains the power out. It's really, really, yeah. You run that on medium and the socket gets really hot. So, it's one of those, you know, one of them heaters. I mean, it works, but it's, it costs more to run that electric than it does the gas. And you only got that vent coming in. That's your hot air coming in. Hot air coming in. And then you got this, and I put like a shroud around it so it's not sucking, but this is sucking the cold air. But you put your hand in it, and it's like really cold. Now here, all you got is a small little exchange that runs one little 8-inch pipe that goes down there. That's why I gotta put that in there. And I keep this shut off because the thermostat's right here, so this will stay warmer. But there's no, here's the return right there for that one. But there is no heat in the kitchen except for the bathroom. Because this place is actually not a house, it's called a cottage or a bungalow. That's a bungalow. So you walk into the kitchen right here, you can feel it right here. As soon as you get about 10 feet, 8 or 10 feet away, you can feel that cold air just right there. There's all that cold air. And then you walk over here, you can just feel it coming into the, and I got 1, 2 blankets and then the regular, but it's still, you walk right here and you just put your hand right here, you can feel the cold air just coming in. And like I said, it's like, with the wind chill, it's like, 5 degrees out there. And it is fucking cold out. I walk outside and I can throw a couple of boiling water up in the air and it turns to snow. That's how cold it is. But hey, well, yep. Furnace constantly runs, and I'm only keeping it about 60, 62 degrees in here. So, you got to wear a sweater and shit. But eat like a cowboy, so... I had some brats that I had in the freezer. I bought them last year and they were on sale or something because, I wouldn't buy them if they weren't. Because use boiled brats, throw them on the grill. I'm not a big fan. But I was like, well, I got potatoes, I got onions, and I got beans. So I'm going to make a cowboy dinner. So I took the onions, and I took 1 onion, 1 big onion, 4 potatoes, a pound of Josseville brats. Browned the brats really good in this iron skillet. 2 cans of just regular pork and beans, onion, and cook the brats. Brown them, let them sit outside, and then put the potatoes in, fry the potatoes a little bit, clean the pan out, and then put the onions in, then put the brats in, and put the beans in. So right there, you got beans. Took like 3 or 4 of the pieces of the brat, throw them in with the beans, just, there you can see one of them. And regular pork and beans, Campbell's pork and beans, 2 cans. $1 each, but you got beans. You heat them up, then let them sit there and simmer for a little bit, and then turn them off, and then warm them back up. Then, after you get the brats done in the pan, I clean the pan out a little bit, and then sliced up the 4 nice big potatoes and 1 big onion. Cook them down a little bit, then slice the brats up, and then you get this. I know it probably looks like shit, but wait a minute. I just put I put a little bit of Creole seasoning on it, a little bit of garlic powder, and a little bit of smoked paprika. All this is the sliced, there's one. Sliced brown, or, I browned them pretty good in this iron skillet. Turn them up high. And then cook the potatoes down, then put the onions in. And it smells damn, and then a little garlic powder. Right when it's done, I put the garlic powder on and a little bit of Creole seasoning. And when I'm cooking, I put the pepper on. But let me see if I can get a close up of that. Oh, that's too close. it looks kind of, but that's cowboy dinner. That's what you call your cowboy dinner. It's cold in here, and that's what you call comfort food, because it's cold as fucking here. You can see it. It's not even hot, and it's still steaming, because it's like 60 degrees in here. It's like 55, 60 degrees. So it's cold as fuck in here. Yeah, like the kitchen. So yeah, that looks about done. And then you got the beans. So that's cowboy dinner right there. I think what I paid for it was $3 for the, because bratwurst, Johnsonville brats used to be $3 for like a pound. You know, it's like 5 sausages. It used to be $3. Now it's like $5, $6 for a fucking pound. But I found them they were marked down because they were like about ready to expire. So I stuck them. I had like 3 packs of them, but this is my last pack. But it was about last year, not last July, but the July before. So they're a little over a year old, but they're in the freezer. They smell all right. So yeah, pull them out of the freezer, cook them up. A little bit of work, peeling potatoes, cutting it up, and then you gotta cook the brats first, and then add the potatoes, and then let the brats cool, and slice them, and put them back in. But hell, that's cowboy dinner. Smells good. Smells real good. So anywho, it's cold as fuck in here. It's like 50 degrees. You walk in here, it's like 52, but then you walk in here, it's about 58, 59, 60. I got it set at 62, but it runs up about 60 and then it cuts off. So, what the fuck am I watching? Oh! Can anybody name that movie? Molly Ringwald? The kid from National Lampoon's Family Vacation? Molly Ringwald. John Hughes, what is it? Pretty in Pink, or no, 16 Candles. 16 Candles. So, yeah. I didn't even put that on. It just, I was on YouTube and it automatically went to that, so. But, I guess I must have watched it at one time. Alrighty then. It's fucking cold. Eat my cowboy dinner here. Actually, it looks pretty. Yeah, it smells like. I'm not going to cook anymore. She's done. I'm just going to let her rest. Yeah. Beans, onions, and brats, and beans. I'm going to have some fucking gas in the morning. Alrighty, then. Talk to you later. Bye.